What's up, everyone? It's Cassius, Trip to Meet Astrology Readings. So, I've been I've been hesitant to speak on what is happening in the sky right now because, well, I don't know. I feel a little bit. I gotta say it right, and this is a trip. It's a trip to watch how this is unfolding. Uh, Astrology is just a crazy thing. It's such a crazy, synchronistic, coded thing. So we had this thing on the full moon, the last full moon, where it was like a web of semi-sextiles and semisquares centered around sextiles, trines, squares in the sky. You know, half of a square, half of a 90-degree angle is a 45-degree angle, a semi-square. So right now, we still have Venus in Sagittarius square the nodes in Jupiter, with Mars in the middle of Venus square Jupiter, semi-squaring both, right? So, God, I saw a trend on Facebook. I saw a whole bunch of totally misinformed articles talking about all the planets are aligning in the sky, and I'm like, ugh, no. It's beautiful, but no, all the planets are not aligning in the sky. The way they're talking about it, it's like they're saying that all the planets are conjoining in the sky, like one, a occultation of all the planets or something. No, that just goes to show, god damn, how incredibly, how gullible people are. I mean, damn, but anyway, we have a configuration of social disharmony going on right now. We have two main things. We have that Mars, Venus, Jupiter social disharmony configuration, and then we also have Mercury retrograding to now stay stuck, conjunct Pluto, square Uranus. I've been talking about this for a long time. So, Mercury conjunct Pluto is a mental purging. It's a communicative purging. Pluto purges. Pluto causes tears to flow. Pluto causes things. It's really scorpionic in that way. It's watery in a certain kind of way. The comparison from Pluto to Scorpio is a really accurate one. I used to not give much credence to it because I thought that, it didn't make sense to me. Like, why would this one dwarf planet be the one out of several dwarf planets to represent the sign Scorpio? But then it's like, well, Pluto seems a little bit more significant than other dwarf planets. Maybe it's because it's more massive, maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe it was this fateful thing that Pluto was discovered before the other planets. Anyway, the Uranus-Pluto square is the most important aspect of this whole decade. And Mercury retrograde, Mercury is moving backwards from Earth's perspective to stay stuck in extended conjunction to Pluto. And right now, January 20th, it's clicking right now. Purging is happening right now. A neurotic energy is now filling the air. Today, Mercury exactly squares Uranus, and a Uranus square, it's neurotic, it's headache, electric, jagged, jolty, it's neurotic. That's the right word. It's like, you know how the symbol for nuclear waste looks? It's like that type of feel. What I would like to do is give you these words about these aspects. I want to give you words that make you have this synesthesia type sensory detail painted picture come into your mind about what these planetary aspects mean. I want you to grasp it on a deeper level. I want to tell you these things so that they will provoke more thoughts and sensory detail. To really understand astrology, you have to feel it. I feel this shit. I feel it, So, let's see. Virgo. Here's how you have to break down this configuration in the sky of, Venus squared Jupiter, 90-degree angle between Venus and Sagittarius, Jupiter and Virgo. Right in between those two is Mars and Scorpio semi-squaring both. But then you've got Mars and Scorpio making a positive aspect to, a trine to Neptune and Pisces. Reconciling this spiritual thing with warmth. And then over here, you've got Mercury conjunct Pluto, square Uranus and Aries. So, imagine that every one of these planets is beaming through, the light from the stars in that sign, hitting it. It's beaming that energy. Jupiter in Virgo is beaming the energy of Jupiter or Virgo. Mars in Scorpio is beaming the piercing Plutonic or whatever, just piercing energy, right? So, God, it's so weird how synchronistic this is. Usually you don't see all the planets arrange themselves in a snowflake type shape, a shape to where it's two planets squaring, one in the middle semi-squaring both, and that one semi-squaring that one, and that's squaring that. That's a 7-planet, it's not happening right now exactly, but on the last full moon, it was like that, with sextiles, not squares, semi-squares. This time it's semi-squares. So if you know how to read this, like an astrologer like me, it's so clear. Venus is beaming the energy of free-flowing, optimistic, chill Sagittarius. Our social demeanor, our Venus placement in the sky, is conjunct the galactic center. Let's also square the nodes. So it's in an expansive kind of place for once, but it's just being slammed into a brick wall of the North Node conjunct Jupiter and Virgo. Jupiter and Virgo, it's not happy like that. Jupiter Sagittarius. Sagittarius squares Virgo, because Sagittarius is a chill, free-flowing, pondering, type thing. And Virgo is a surgical, librarian, this is technically the way you do things type thing. The reason that the axis of Gemini and Sagittarius squares the axis of Virgo and Pisces, it's incompatible squaring, is because, Virgo is a serious, surgical, librarian, logical thing, and that's totally opposite of Neptune and Pisces, free-flowing, spiritual vision type shit. But what are they? They're both two sides of the same coin, and that's how the opposition axes work. They're two totally opposite sides of the same coin. If you'll notice, the common denominator between Virgo and Pisces is that they may be mutable signs, but they both have this type of dogmaticism behind their shit. Virgo and Pisces both have this kind of dogmatic thing to the core. They have dogmaticism. They're both like that. They're fixed in a different way. Pisces is very free-flowing and spiritual, but when you get a mix between Virgo and Pisces in that opposition axis, you get religious dogma. You get Virgo precision and logic and groundedness clashing with spirituality. That's the formula for religious dogma. So, or the clash between the logical and the intuitive. But anyway, so that squares both Gemini and Sagittarius. So what are Gemini and Sagittarius? That's an axis of very non-dogmatic stuff. That's an axis of free-flowing, internalizing, air, fire, expansion. Gemini is all about communicating ideas, getting knowledge, getting information. So when the moon was in Gemini the last few days, opposing Venus and Sagittarius, squaring the nodes, squaring Jupiter and Virgo, we saw social clashes. This configuration of Venus square Jupiter is a clash between this free-flowing Venus and Sagittarius energy that wants to get us out of this versus the cold, surgical Jupiter stuck in Virgo, North Node in Virgo. With Mars in the middle of those two, Mars is agitating both of them and adding fire, and, you know, possibly it translates to vengeful, piercing Martian Scorpio energy, but not exactly. Only to some people in some circumstances, because Mars is in a positive place, a very positive place, trining Neptune and Pisces. So that's a reinvigorated spiritual willpower, like I was saying before. The sun entering Aquarius, that's what it's about. That's my energy. It's about to be my full moon. I was born with sun in Aquarius, full moon in Leo, and I'm happy that my full moon is going to come in a few days. That's going to be a great thing. It's going to be a relatively uneventful moon. Just another full moon. Pretty uneventful, but it's a good thing to look forward to. I'm going to show you the chart now so you know how it looks, and I hope that you appreciate what I said. Check out the daily horoscopes that I've been posting on my page, Trip to Me Astrology Readings, because I've been pouring my heart into that recently. Mars is sextile my Jupiter right now, exactly. It's sextile my Jupiter in Capricorn, and it's doing this thing. Okay, so if two planets trine in the sky, and they're making a trine, right, a positive aspect, then you have a planet in the middle, and they're both sextiling that planet in the middle of yours, then that beams all that positive energy to that planet of yours. So it's like a little blessing for me. I'm happy that that's happening to me. I'm trying to focus. Look at this chart. Okay, so that is Jupiter in Virgo. Jupiter in Virgo. Square Venus in Sagittarius. Venus is conjoining the galactic center. That's Mercury conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. It's about to stay stuck right there. Squaring Uranus in Aries. You've got Mars trine Neptune, Mars in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. And that's the semi-square configuration I was talking about. Venus in Sagittarius, square Jupiter in Virgo, conjunct the North Node. And that's all semi-square Mars in Scorpio, but yet, it's the positive thing. Just Neptune beaming positive energy into that negative configuration. Mars semi-square Venus, Mars semi-square Jupiter, Venus square Jupiter, Mercury stuck conjunct Pluto, Sun going to Aquarius, Moon in Gemini. Much love, peace.